Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah, and as you can tell by the title of this video, we're going to be talking about my experience with the gastric bypass surgery. So just a disclaimer, not everyone's experience is going to be the same as mine, and different surgeons do different things differently. Try saying that 3 times fast. But to kind of give you an idea about what I went through, and if you're planning on getting it done, I want you to comment down below that when you have your surgery day, if you already have it, planned. But just to kind of give you an experience of what I went through. So I had my surgery, as I was saying, was March 29th of 2019. My starting weight was 371. My highest weight was 381, and my current weight is 260. So that's a really big accomplishment. I have lost over 100 pounds, and if you would like to see some before and afters, I have videos in my channel, so you can go ahead and watch those after this video. So my experience with the gastric bypass surgery. So I'm going to tell you right off the bat, it has not been great. Honestly, I do have a lot of regrets that I would have lost the weight naturally. I'm so sorry about the background noise, by the way. My brothers and my niece are here, so yeah. So just kind of to tell you about my regrets, I have been having a lot of health issues ever since I did get the surgery, and it's not anything to do with the surgery going bad. Like, everything went fine, and they could not find anything wrong with my stomach or anything like that, so it remains to be seen what is exactly causing my issues. But I have been having a severe lack of energy every time I eat, and my heart rate will increase to about 179 beats a minute plus. Like, it's gone pretty high before, and sometimes my heartbeat would actually drop to below 39, but they said that that's actually normal, that for people's heart rates to slow down. And the thing is, like, I've always had bradycardia, which is the slow heartbeat, since I was young. So for it to go down even more, they're a little concerned about that. And so I am seeing a cardiologist about possibly getting a pacemaker. I've already had 2 heart surgeries before. And if you want to learn more about those experiences, you can go ahead and comment down below, and I'll go ahead and perform a video about that. Not perform, make it sound like I'm reenacting, but you know what I mean. So just to kind of give you like a breakdown, so I honestly, to kind of give you like a picture of that day, so I went there at about 6 o'clock in the morning, and they checked me in, and I didn't actually get the surgery until about 8 a.m. And the first thing that happened when I woke up, what actually woke me up, was a man screaming for his life. And it was honestly something that was so traumatizing to me, because I had never just woken up to someone just screaming someone who I don't know screaming his lungs out. And I just remember waking up in just such intense pain, and honestly, it was more intense than anything I've ever experienced before. And I have not experienced childbirth, but I have experienced broken bones, and those were pretty bad. So I cannot imagine what people who go through cesareans or actual, childbirth, I can't imagine what pain they go through if I couldn't even handle that. I mean, I handled it, but it was just something just so painful. And the only thing I could say to the nurse who came up to me was just pain. She'd ask me, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how's your pain? And I was like, pain. And she was like, I can't help you unless you tell me how much pain you're in. And again, the only thing I could say, the only thing that would register in my mind was pain. And those are the only words that I can manage to get out. And so she literally was about to walk away, and so I had to summon the words in my mind to try to come to my head. A lot. So I told her a lot. Pain. A lot. And so she ended up, telling me, oh, well, let me go ahead and give you some medicine. And I was just kind of like, okay, you saw me in pain. I'm thinking about it, like, you saw me in pain, why didn't you just give me medicine before, like, to numb the pain? And the medicine did work, you know, thankfully. Like, the pain went away, but only for a little while. um so Sorry about that. So the pain did continue for a little while, and then it came back again with intensity, and again, and I kept on telling her pain, pain, and she again came at me with, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate your pain? And it just kept saying pain, and I can feel her getting so annoyed with me, and it just, like, I was getting annoyed with myself, like, I couldn't really tell her how much pain I was in, and it was intense pain, and it's just it was a lot. And just to kind of give you that, like, image of someone screaming, waking you up in the middle of peaceful sleep and feeling intense pain when you wake up, it's like being hit with a brick. I mean, my throat was raw because they put the tubes down your throat, and I just felt so much pain. And honestly, like, it was a lot to go through, but, you know, of course, wasn't much worse than actual food they had me eat at the hospital. So my boyfriend was torturing me. He was getting, like, the most gourmet meals. He was going down to Subway, not Subway, In-N-Out, which, if you live in California or other places that have In-N-Out, you know, it's just, like, kind of like he was torturing me with In-N-Out, and you know, I was just kind of like, you know what, this is the route I chose to go, and I have to accept it. So, you know, I just kind of was like, all right, I gotta eat my soup, and oh my god, it was the worst thing I'd have to eat ever in my life. Like, how do I explain it? Like, I refused to eat broth, and so they'd give me juice and the broth, and they told me you can't leave until you finish the broth. And so I was like, okay. And so what I do is I drink the apple juice, which was watered down apple juice, first of all. So I was kind of like, what the heck am I drinking? It tastes like water and apple juice. Like, who does that? But I understood at the point, like, I wasn't supposed to be having that much sugar. So what I do is I drink the apple juice, and then I would pour the broth into the apple juice container, and it made it seem like I drank all the broth, even though I only drank the apple juice. And I ended up leaving the hospital, and I don't recommend you guys doing this, because, again, this is very dangerous. I did not drink any broth during my first week and a half to 2 weeks of being on the liquid diet. I only drank Powerade with 0 sugar, and I'm lucky, like, nothing bad happened to me, or I wasn't sent to the hospital from lack of nutrition, but I was telling my boyfriend up and down, swearing up and down, I am not drinking that broth again, you cannot make me. And we tried vegetable broth, which was so bad. Beef broth was even worse, and then chicken broth was the only thing that was just semi-tolerable, and I couldn't do it. So, again, don't recommend doing that. And, of course, I could not wait to move on to the meshed foods portion, and so I had beans as soon as I could have them, which was, I believe, like a week and a half in, but, you know, they wanted me still back on the liquid diet, so I went back. But I had beans, and I put tapatio in it, and that was not a good idea, because my body wasn't able to really tolerate spicy foods, and that's the thing is, anyone who knows me knows I love my spicy foods. Like, when they see me at Subway, they're like, oh, I know you, you know, extra jalapenos. And the thing is, when I order from Subway, the order is extra jalapenos. If you think that's enough, it's really not. I want something that will burn a hole through my stomach. Like, they know me, they know my order. So, I mean, to say that I love spicy foods is an understatement. So I tried it, and I instantly regretted it because I was vomiting, and it was honestly the worst experience, because I did not have, like, a lot of stomach acid in order to vomit, and a lot of bile, like, I didn't have it. So when I'd vomit, it would just be kind of like saliva. That's what it felt like, just saliva and food and saliva and food, and it just was not, because it was continual. It was throughout the entire day that I would be vomiting. Like, it was not something like, vomit and get it all out at once. It was continual vomiting, little by little by little by little, until all of the food that I didn't like was out. And it's honestly really bad, because again, my stomach was less like, nope, 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 nope. But again, like, again, it's just, it varies from person to person. So some people are, still able to have spicy food. Some of them can't eat spicy food at all, even to this day. For me, luckily, I gained the ability to eat spicy foods again, and you best believe that I be eating spicy foods left and right. But I guess just some people are lucky like that. But one thing I do want to discuss is some of the medical problems that I actually had. And that was, and it's not diagnosed, because they honestly don't know what's wrong with me. But again, my cardiologist is looking into it as to why this happens. But right after I finish eating, and could be anything that I'm eating. Like, it doesn't matter if it's healthy, and it doesn't matter if it's, not healthy. It just happens either or, and it can happen just drinking water, and all of a sudden I'll just lose energy like nothing, and it honestly feels like I'm dying, and I can feel my heart rate increase dramatically to the point where it feels like I'm dying, and I don't know how to live at that point. Like, I honestly feel like I am gonna die, and it's not something that someone should be living with, that fear that you can die. Sorry, someone set off an illegal firework. Lovely. It's that time of the year. But it just brought me a lot of complications, being that my heart rate, which I didn't know, my heart was actually had a leaking mitral valve, 2 of them. Now that the doctor went in, I have 2 leaking mitral valves in my heart. That basically means that the heart kind of like suctions like that, and so it's not closing all the way, so it's leaking the blood back down or back up. So it's not fully getting oxygenated, and it's not fully getting what it needs in order for it to pass through to my heart, to the rest of my body. So it causes me to, I guess, have some sort of reaction, and they don't know exactly what's going on still. So that's why I have had 2 heart surgeries, and I might be getting a 3rd one for a pacemaker, because again, my heart rate has been going so low as to be actually hitting 39 beats a minute, and that's just kind of sitting there. Like, could be sitting here and 39 beats a minute, and that's not good at all. So just kind of, a lot of things that happened to me, and it's just, I could not really go to my surgeon about it, because that wasn't really their area of expertise. I mean, I did try to go to them, when I was first having the issues with the energy, and they did not know what to do. They really just kind of were like, oh, well, maybe you should see a primary care physician about this. And so I was just like, all right, I'm done. I'm not coming back to you guys anymore, because again, I felt like all they were doing at that point was just taking my insurance money, and I had only seen my surgeon maybe once after the surgery, and I did not appreciate that. And it was just, they didn't really make me feel valued. I mean, they made me feel really valued before I was going to get the surgery, and then all of a sudden I get the surgery, and they're just kind of like, oh, okay, well, you lost your value. And that wasn't really what I was into, and I just kind of got frustrated at that point, and so I stopped going to them. And even though, like, I do still have some eating issues, like, I cannot really process red meat, so I can eat, like, hamburger, but it has to be, like, a certain kind of hamburger, like a really thin meat, or, it just, like, I can't really tolerate a lot of meats now. I can tolerate chicken, but it can't be grilled chicken. I can tolerate some ground beef, but not all types of ground beef. I can't have really much tacos anymore, and it sucks because, you know, I'm Hispanic and tacos are life. Taco Tuesday. But I have not been able to eat it. And just so you guys are aware, like, you know, my stomach has been, you know, they say the size of your thumb, which, you know, of course is not big, but it expands. And so I've been able to eat bigger meals. And of course, I try not to eat too big of meals. I try to eat smaller ones and then just kind of spread them out throughout the day. So I'll have like a salad, Caesar salad, the Bistro's one from Walmart. I love those so much. And I know you're not supposed to eat the dressing, but I eat the dressing because I like life. And yes, I love food. And yeah, that may be the reason why I got as big as I got, but I'm not going to deny myself food. Like, I feel like that's cruelty. So I'll eat one of those, and I will later on in the day maybe have like a fruit, because my family always has fruit. It's either oranges, bananas, or apples, so I'll just grab like banana or something to help my potassium. And the thing is, okay, so they have you taking supplements after surgery, but those supplements actually cause the energy, you know, that I was having to deplete even more so I actually stopped taking those. And after that, after I stopped taking them, I actually realized more complications that were more along with my health, not necessarily complications from the surgery. But I later on found out that I had thyroid cancer. So thyroid cancer, one of the good things, the reason why I'm kind of like, I don't have to take supplements for this, because I actually have a friend who had the same surgery as me, and she actually lost a few teeth. Is that having thyroid cancer kind of gave me a calcium surplus. So, and of course, having the surgery causes you to have a bit of a calcium deficiency. So when you have a surplus and you have a deficiency, they come to the middle and they meet, and I'm just glad I have my teeth, and glad I'm gonna still have my teeth. But it's unfortunate to find out that I had cancer, and it's just a lot to take in, especially after learning that. But it's, you know, one of the least deadly cancers, and it's something that can be easily managed. So I am getting myself through that. But thank you again for you guys listening about my experience with the gastric bypass surgery. I know it was a lot of information, and if you guys are getting the gastric bypass surgery, please comment down below. I would love to like follow you, to see you through your journey, to, you know, encourage you to, you know, power through this, because I understand that it is quite a process and you can use all the support that you can get. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, leave a thumbs down. Please comment down below, and see you next week.